Hopkins, can you give an assessment of the game, please?
Game went back and forth. We've had 3 great matches against them. One went to double overtime there. At our place, it came down to a 2-point game, and here another overtime game. Both teams really competed. They were obviously more aggressive. They went to the foul line a lot more. They were able to be aggressive, got them to the line, 32-18, and that was the difference in the game.
Questions? Right here.
David, for you, when you look at that last 10 seconds, kind of take us through what you saw on the play to Dom, and also when you drove inside, what was the thought for going for 2 as opposed to kicking out and going for 3?
He listened to his coach.
We was running the high ball screen, me and Dom was popping, and tried to drag it, and then as he wasn't there, I was trying to hit him for the pop, and then he started circling back towards me, miscommunication. And then the last one, I don't know, it was a lot of contact, and nothing, layup.
Is that a foul they call with 5 minutes left in the game, Coach, in your opinion?
I don't know. It's a tough game to referee. It's a fast game. It's a physical game. Just go off of what I told David to try to get a quick 2, and he went all the way. It was an aggressive play. We felt like we could get into our defense, and then listen, you got to tip your hat to Oregon State. I mean, they battled. They made the plays down the stretch that you had to make. I mean, the bottom line is this is a championship level conference and in a great environment, and they beat us in overtime. It was a heck of a game.
More questions? We'll turn them over here in the middle.
Coach, you guys were picked to finish 10th in the league. These guys won 8 games without you here last year. Obviously, this is a pretty rough loss to end the year, but
Yep.
Is there any source of optimism on what you guys accomplished this year?
Well, to be honest with you, losing is the worst feeling on planet Earth. It just is what it is, and the season. Regular season, preseason was these guys. They bought into a system. They had great leadership. They busted their butts every day, and they competed. And you got to give them all the credit. New coaching staff, new system. There's a lot going on, and these guys went out there and made the plays that they had to make. And for them to be able to have a winning record in league, and we had a winning preseason. It's frustrating to lose because we've got a good team. I mean, we've beaten some really, really good teams this year, and it's like part of what we're trying to build is a standard of excellence. And losing, and I mean, it happens, and how you handle that is obviously a thing. But the standard of excellence is what does it take to win? What does it take on a day-to-day basis? And these guys did an incredible job, with more hopefully in the season to come.
Right here.
Coach, how much did Noah's getting in early foul trouble affect the game, you think? And was there any contemplation to throw him out there?
We've won games this year when Noah got fouled out. He's an aggressive player who got in foul trouble. We've come back. We've made plays. We had chances tonight to win the game in regulation. And so it's just one of those things. Next man up. Next guy's got to go out and play. Got 2 great leaders who've made plays throughout the night to give us opportunity. And we just got to learn from it, move forward, and hopefully play in a postseason tournament and get a chance to go out and get better. I mean, that's always moving forward, always trying to get better.
Anything else? All right, Coach.
Thank you.
Just a reminder, the live stream on the Pac-12's social channels and its app require that we get sound from the questions, so ask for a microphone. Coach, overtime victory.
Yeah, really proud of the guys. That was a heck of a gut check. That wasn't a thing of beauty. We didn't obviously shoot it very well. Some of our main guys didn't have their best offensive performances, but they just wouldn't relent. Defensively, we kept getting key stops, even though there was a couple of breakdowns. We gave up 2 threes to Thibault. He's a stud and hit big shots. But the neat thing was our guys never dropped their chin there. We went with a group that we were just going to roll with, and we made the plays down the stretch, and proud of the guys for the way they hung together.
Questions? Back here.
Sam Silverstein, Pac-12 Networks. Coach, we saw Trace helped off the floor at the end of the game. What happened, and what do you expect from him tomorrow?
I think he tweaked his ankle early in the game and then hurt it a little bit worse later. I think the one where he came down on somebody's foot there on the contact, and we went to the free throw line. He knocked down 4 after that, but proud of him for that. But we'll see. I haven't had a chance to talk to him. I had a brief conversation with our doc, but he's got no choice. He's got to play tomorrow. That comes from Mom, not me.
Back here.
Jonathan Style with KEZI 9 News in Eugene. Wayne, a lot of close games this season haven't gone your way. How good did this one feel to sort of come out with a victory?
It felt great, and we were just talking, in the past when maybe we give up a 3 in transition because we weren't matched up. Our guys would drop their chin, and here we go again, kind of a deal. Tonight they wouldn't. They really stayed together. We said at halftime, guys, when we make mistakes and we coach you and get after you, you can't drop your chins. That's part of developing toughness and maturity. And I thought the second half we really did that, and that was the difference. And we had multiple opportunities, wide open threes, free throws, and they didn't get discouraged. They just kept coming back and played through it, showed a lot of resiliency.
Back here.
For Drew, Travis Dyke came to you in Eugene. You had mentioned on Monday that you were obviously keyed in with your matchup and how it was going to be one of the X factors of this game with Noah. You fouled out late. Describe the intensity of that matchup, especially late in the game when both of you were critical pieces.
He's just a great player. His teammates do a good job of finding him when he's open. He got first team all conference for a reason, so I just wanted to keep it out of his hands as much as possible, and the coaches did a good job of really hammering it home and film these past couple of days of what I needed to do that.
Back here.
Candace Coots, Pac-12 Networks. This is for the student athletes. The Oregon State fans were fired up there, especially at the end of regulation and certainly into OT. I know you had Gary Payton out here tonight supporting you. Can you just talk about the support from the fans and that how that helped you get the W?
I think that played a key role in our victory tonight. We really fed off their energy. We were able to hear them out there, and there are a lot of them out there. So we really appreciate that, and we look forward to having them behind us moving forward in the week.
Yeah, just piggyback off of that. They're always going to support. Even last year when things weren't going our way, they were supporting us, and it's just good because we always know that we're going to have that 6th man in the crowd.
In the back.
Wayne, that was a pretty big game for Zach Reichel to be thrown into the situations he was thrown into. What was the thought process behind giving him probably his biggest minutes of the season?
We tried to go with our soldiers, guys that we just thought that we were going to, I won't say the phrase we used in one of the timeouts late, but just go with the guys that we thought, we're going to be locked in and do it our way and get it done. And it's not anything to the guys that weren't in there. It's just we put our faith in the hands of those guys. And he played through some mistakes defensively. The neat thing was this time he didn't, like freshmen do sometimes, drop his chin. Woe is me. He just kept fighting and made some big baskets for us, but he got some key defensive rebounds for us. And we said in the locker room after the game that he really, I'll say, grew up through that game.
Right here.
Coming off an overtime victory, you got to get right back on the court tomorrow. How do you summon the energy to go to battle again?
We're going to have to do some work up here, some convincing as a staff. Our guys know. I mean, this is what it's all about. It's March Madness. We're not even going to really talk about it. Just get right back on the horse tomorrow, and we'll probably curb the way we do shoot around to get some guys some needed rest. I know our medical staff, training staff, they're on it right now, just trying to get our guys rejuvenated a little bit, and there'll be lots of ice baths tonight. What are our options? And then we told the guys that didn't play a ton, and I've said this before, they kind of all winked at me, but we might need to play more guys tomorrow. So everybody's got to be ready. We got to have everybody ready.
Back here.
For Stevie, what the emotions coming into this and the momentum coming into this, coming off the road win that you guys finally got the monkey off your back there, getting past the first round, it's kind of another monkey off the back for you guys. I mean, how relieving is this for you?
It's definitely a great feeling so far. I mean, we know we still have a lot of work to do in order to accomplish what we want to accomplish, and I think we should do a good job of carrying the momentum into the week and keep playing well, keep playing hard. That way we notice that our hard work can pay off if we stay focused to the game plan and play hard throughout 40 minutes.
Don McLean's probably wondering why we didn't foul on that last play, but with 2.5, we were talking about this earlier. We didn't think that they would get that clean a look, and we didn't call a timeout after the last free throw because they were out of them, and we didn't want Coach Hopkins, who's a hell of a coach, to have a chance to draw something up. So sorry, Don, because we've been talking all season about what we would do in that situation, and I went with our gut that time, and it worked.
Okay, Coach.
Thanks. Go Beavs.
What was that phrase? I let you go.
I can't remember. I think that was in the overtime.
Like 15 minutes. It's like